Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Tiernan Center in Richmond as we bring you more Wettig basketball. We're down to our final two games of the Wettig tournament. This is the third-place game. The Richmond Red Devils at 4-7 will take on the Panthers of Park Tudor, who come in at 6-2. I'm Troy Darengowski along with Kyle Ingram. We'll be providing our color commentary for this third-place contest. 4 games already played today. And by the way, let's go back. Seton ended up beating Heron 73-64. So Seton wins the 11th place contest. Connorsville dominated Lighthouse 60-34. So Connorsville, they finish in 9th place. In the 7th place game, Portage got the win over Miami Valley 68-38. And just moments ago, Franklin Central knocked off Bedford North Lawrence 69-64. Richmond was very much hoping to be in the championship game tonight. Kyle, it didn't happen. They played well against the South Bend Adams for about a quarter and a third, and then things just didn't work out for them. As you kind of reflect back to last night's loss, what do you take more out of that than anything?
Well, I think the Red Devils got into some foul trouble early with their post players. And when you play a team like South Bend Adams that has athleticism, size, and your two best post players get themselves into foul trouble, it kind of creates a situation where, from the Devils' standpoint, they had to rely on a three-point shot. Mm-hmm. And there was that stretch there, I think, right after the halftime, where they went through a 4 or 5 minute stretch where they made nothing. And we made mention of it last night, where South Bend Adams, I think, took 6 or 7 possessions out of 10 and basically had fast break opportunities that resulted in layup baskets at the other end. The Red Devils found themselves up 4, down 16, and therein was the difference in the game. The other thing is that at Richmond, I think if they tonight, Christian Harvey had 35 points, I think, last night.
Yeah.
The Red Devils as a team had 53. If you take Christian Harvey out of the equation, Richmond scores 18 points.
Right.
If this team moving forward wants to be successful, the other players have to contribute.
Yeah.
And it almost appeared last night when they were playing free, they were utilizing their defensive pressure, they were getting out in transition. And then when South Bend kind of made that little run and our shots failed to drop, we all of a sudden started to look to Christian and said, okay, you do it.
Right.
And I think that this young basketball team needs to get over the fact of, here, you do it, and let's develop the attitude of, hey, let's us do it. And because one guy, particularly a 5'10", 170-pound guard like Christian, isn't going to dominate anybody on Richmond's schedule. He is a very, very good basketball player. But he has to have support.
Yeah.
He has to have help. And these other kids, if they would look, if we were to say to Richmond and to the kids on the floor, look, you know what, I'm going to take Christian Harvey out of the equation. He's not going to play tonight.
Yeah.
Do you feel you have the talent to play against Park Tudor, to play against Marion, to play against Muncie Central?
Yeah.
To a man, I am sure they would say, well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then let's do it.
Yeah.
He is 1/5 of the equation when it comes to a successful basketball team.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, here, Christian, you do it, then let's, as a basketball team, go, we understand maybe who our best basketball player is, but they have to be able to guard all of us.
Yeah.
And I hope tonight, because Park Tudor's a pretty good basketball team. Last night, I think their head coach, he sent a message. Mm-hmm. He wasn't happy with how they were playing, one as a unit, two as a team. There's maybe some selfishness going on. Maybe there's an attitude issue here or there. And he said, you know what, you guys, you're going to sit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put these other kids in. Well, they competed.
They did, yeah.
Okay, they competed. So now all of a sudden he's found himself maybe with a 10-deep team, and the other guys are sitting on the bench going, well, maybe we're not as important as what we think we are. And tonight, Richmond's going to have to come at them more with a Christian Harvey and a surrounding effort from the other kids if they want to beat a very good Park Tudor basketball team tonight.
Real quick before we take a break, when you mentioned the other two players, and we saw it early in the ball game, Trey Griffin was taking the basketball to the basket. That was the difference we saw early. And I don't know if they stopped, and maybe you have an issue or at least a concern or something about that, because when I saw that Trey was doing that, Ty Lee was doing that and not settling for the three, and we said last night they're a different basketball team. Can they do it again tonight? Do you force them to say, listen, you can't keep shooting the three because sometimes it's not going to fall. Let's get to the rim more, because it was a different team.
I think if Coach Wedlow looked at, and I went home last night and watched the basketball game on tape or on the network Radio Troy, and there were far too many times where our kids would take the basketball, put it on the floor one time, and pick it up. What did you accomplish with that one dribble? Yeah. Okay? And we, you talked about it last night too. There was a point in time where we were really stagnant. Mm-hmm. Well, that point in time where we were really stagnant, it was ball around the perimeter, one dribble, pick it up, and what are you going to do with the basketball? Yeah. And I think what this basketball team needs to develop is more of an attitude, I am going to attack the basket. Take advantage of their athleticism. We're not big.
Yeah.
But because we're not big doesn't necessarily mean we have to settle for the 20-foot jump shot.
Yeah.
We do a nice job of spreading the floor. We've got athleticism. We've got quickness. Take advantage of that.
And when you put the ball on the floor, dribble with a purpose.
Dribble with a purpose.
We'll take a timeout when we come back. The Red Devils and the Panthers of Park Tudor. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice, and it'll go in your name. Tell your friends, family, colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-3400. We will continue here on the pregame show, and again, a little bit abbreviated because of the format of the tournament. We'll come back in a couple of moments right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Getting a lucky break rocks, but no one can be lucky all the time, which is why when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, the company that believes great coverage starts with care. A cost-free consultation offered to anyone, Farm Bureau client or not, that allows agents to get to know you better so they can help you prepare better. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, you are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive, and so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
Are you looking for a quality used car you can trust to take you where you want to go? Stop at Tony's Car Sales at 250 National Road West. Tony's has a top-of-the-line selection of low-mileage, one-owner cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, all handpicked by Mike and Adrian Parker. Tony's is family-owned with 3 generations and 60 years of experience. Check out their selection at Tony'sCarsales.com or at 250 National Road West. Tony's Car Sales, where honesty, quality, and price sell cars. Did you know Richmond High School offers 15 advanced placement courses through a partnership with the University of Notre Dame? Did you know Richmond High School had the first high school orchestra in the United States? And did you know Richmond High School is home to a national championship team in the Business Professionals of America? Richmond Community Schools. We are your choice for a quality education.
Go to wearerichmond.com.
Hey, we're back at the Tiernan Center. We do have the starters for the Red Devils. We know they're going to go small tonight. We just found out that Keyshawn Clemens will not start. So the Red Devils are essentially going 4-1. That means 4 guards, 1 forward that they'll play with tonight. This is the smallest lineup they can possibly start, with A.J. Ferguson being your tallest at 6'1". We mentioned Park 2 a little bit ago. They did bench Isaiah Moore, Isaiah Rice, and Kobe Webster. Their head coach, Michael Shelton, was not happy with their performance yesterday against Indianapolis Tinley. He sat those guys on the bench. They ended up losing by 12. My thought process is just like what you said. You know what? There's other guys that are going to play. I would imagine if Moore, Rice, and Webster get the message, they're going to come out on fire here tonight.
And that could be a message that the coach from Park Tudor sent, that when this year plays out for them, could be a thing that they look back on and go, you know what, that was the turning point of our season.
Yeah.
That from the standpoint of, we're not limited to just 2 or 3 kids. And if they are not going to want to do the things that we want to get done and what we want to accomplish here, then we're going to develop players. And last night, even though they got beat by 12, they may have actually, in the long run, won.
Yeah. Tell you what, their lineup is different too. We'll tell you about the new lineup that'll be starting tonight for Park Tudor. We may not see Moore, Rice, or Webster. We'll tell you about that coming up next. This is Richmond Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today, or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Hi, this is Troy Darengowski of Radio Troy Digital Sports. There are plenty of places for me to get lunch or dinner, but there's only one Mancino's. In fact, I was just there for lunch the other day and had a delicious pizza grinder. That's just one of many choices I can get at Mancino's. How about a fresh salad? Several varieties of pasta, Mancino's Lights, or perhaps even an oven-baked spaghetti, or maybe a pepperoni pizza. So when you're looking for a great lunch or dinner, make sure you choose Mancino's, 217 National Road West in Richmond.
We mentioned a little bit ago, kind of a different starting lineup both ways. Richmond will go with Ricky Wedlow, a 6-foot freshman wearing number 1. Trey Griffin is a 5'11 senior, number 3. Christian Harvey, averaging over 30 points per game in the tournament. He is a 6-foot junior. He wears number 20. A.J. Ferguson is a 6-foot senior, number 24. And Tylee Hampton will get the start. Hampton is a 6-foot senior, and he wears number 35. For the Park Tudor Panthers, they will go like this tonight. Moore, Rice, or Webster not starting. Spencer Hoggy, 5'11 junior, number 13 will start. Trace Arbuckle is a 6'1 senior, number 20. Kadafi Honecker is a 6'3 freshman. He will get the start. Aiden Baker is a 6'1 junior. And then Kyle Hart is a 6'1 senior. Kyle Hart will get the start as well. So we thought, in fact, I thought they would come back with Moore, Rice, and Webster. But that's not going to be the case here tonight.
Well, the message may still be continuing to be sent from our colleague at Park Tudor. I hope tonight that the young Wedlow kid steps up and assumes more of a command and control and a leadership role in what Coach Wedlow is trying to get accomplished with this young group. You know, we talked about it, I believe, last week, that even though Ricky is a freshman, his position by definition is that of a leader. And I believe that he's got enough athleticism, he's got enough ability that the kids will respond to him. And for him to say, this is not necessarily my basketball team, but for us to be successful, I need to do these things. And I believe that the rest of the young men will fall in line with him. And I hope we see that tonight.
Well, over the Red Devils again at 4-7, Park Tudor at 6-2, and boy, if Webster, Rice, and Moore stay on the bench, I like Richmond's chances, but we'll see if those 3 young men will get in the lineup anytime soon for head coach Michael Shelton. So again, this game is for 3rd place. The championship game, South Bend Adams and Indianapolis Tinley, coming up tonight at around 7. So here we go. Park Tudor in their all red uniforms, the Red Devils in their home whites. And we are ready to get this one underway. Third place matchup. Red Devils are no disappointed after losing last night. So can they come back emotionally and win this one here tonight? Park Tudor will open up in a 2-3 zone. Trey Griffin started out good last night, then kind of tailed off. But here's your guy right here. Here's Griffin for a 3 on the way. Missed it. And the long rebound Arbuckle for Park Tudor. So the Panthers get their first possession. Bounce pass, drive, and the score by Kyle Hart. So Park Tudor off to a good start, leading 2-0. Here's Griffin. By the way, the Red Devils without Colton Davis. He will not play tonight. He is out with a sickness. Hampton in the right corner. 7:14 remaining. Here's A.J. Ferguson. The kick to Trey Griffin. Ball loose on the floor, and it'll be a turnover for the Red Devils. Arbuckle comes up with a loose basketball. Now for Park Tudor. Back to the way. Here's Aiden Baker. Baker will lose it out of bounds, and it'll be Richmond basketball. So each team with a turnover here in the opening period of play.
Early, I like Park Tudor's energy. Loose ball there, dive on the floor, go get it. We've got guys standing around wanting to know who's going to jump on the ball to try to get it for ourselves. I mean, that's something this young group has got to understand, that when that ball goes up on the basketball, on the rim, we've got to have the rebound. When that ball is on the floor, that's our basketball, period.
Here's Harvey off the left wing. Nothing there again for Richmond, so Harvey resets. He'll kick it off to Wedlow. His jumper on the way, good. Wedlow for 3.
Good start, good sign there.
Wedlow was out shooting earlier. In fact, we were watching him right during the last game we had here, Franklin Central against Bedford, and he was out shooting. Bounce pass inside, pass intended for Hart, goes out of bounds, turnover for Park Tudor. Park Tudor averaging 66 points per game. The Red Devils at 63.2. Panthers giving up 55 per game. The Red Devils at 62.3. Richmond basketball. Here is Wedlow once again. Griffin at the elbow, way beyond the three-point line. A.J. Ferguson wanting the ball down low, back outside to Wedlow, missed it, tip of Harvey, no good. Ferguson gets it back out again to Wedlow, three-pointer, another one.
Wedlow with another 3.
Wedlow started out hot last night, like most of the Red Devils did. 6-2 Richmond. Giving up his dribble out front. Spencer Hogg losing the basketball at midcourt. Here's Baker. Baker
good
passing
recovery
underneath. Yep, and the shot no good. Ball tipped in the air. It goes out of bounds, and it will stay Park Tudor basketball. Gaddafi Honecker there, the freshman for the Panthers. 5:22 remaining in the opening quarter. After today, we're halfway through this basketball season. Boy, another sloppy pass goes out of bounds. Turnover, Park Tudor, their third. Well, this is a unit that I'm sure, again, going back to Park Tudor, they're not used to playing with each other this month and starting. So well, they might be a little discombobulated.
But he's developing depth.
Yeah.
And for a Class 2A basketball team, he has sent his starters a message by saying, you know, you want to do things your own way, I've got other ideas, and by golly, it's going to be my way, or you can stay right where you're at with his, as Coach Knight used to say, one of the best places to learn was sitting on the bench.
Harvey misses the shot. A.J. Ferguson with a rebound. Back to Ferguson. Turns in the lane. Misses, but he's fouled. And this will go against Kanafi Honecker. And there's your first foul of the ball game.
It's going to be on Honecker.
You know, A.J. had that 19-point game against Seton, and that's a little bit of a different animal than playing South Bend Adams. But I think if Richmond is also going to be successful, they've got to get something out of their post, not just from a rebounding standpoint, but from a scoring standpoint, too, and they just don't consistently.
Well, and I think that's where Troy, the young kids down there down there on the block, be more aggressive with the opportunities when they are presented to you. And, you know, whether it's how you're going to get your points. Well, you know what? There are missed shots on both ends of the floor. There's getting down the floor in transition, kind of like we see here. And and just being aggressive, smart aggressive.
Trey missing the shot in the corner now to Baker. And Park Tudor resets it down 7-2. Turnover, and nope, it's going to stay with Arbuckle. Three-pointer good. Arbuckle hits the three. And we've got a timeout on the floor. And I think this will be a Park Tudor timeout on this one. We will keep it here for this timeout. This is just a 30-second timeout. And tonight's game brought to you in part by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors. Just $3.50. Again, at Subway. Being Thursday, it's the Italian BMT. Friday, the tuna. Saturday, the Black Forest ham. And Sunday, the meatball marinara. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. 4:09 remaining in the opening period. 7-5. Red Devils led by Ricky Wedlow with 6. A.J. Ferguson with a single point. Arbuckle with 3. Hart with 2 now for Park Tudor, and still playing without Isaiah Moore, Isaiah Rice, and Kobe Webster. There's Christian Harvey, over 30 points per game in this tournament. Red Devils facing that zone, more of a 2-1-2 zone, as Keyshawn Clemens is now coming to the ball game for the Red Devils. Here is Hampton for 3. Got it. Well, that's the key, though. Can Richmond continue their sustainment of shooting strong from the outside? They usually get off to a good start, and then it falters from there. And there's a drive and a bucket by Kyle Hart. 10-7. Ferguson will go to Harvey. Skip pass down to Hampton. Hampton at the top of the circle. Back to Harvey. His three-pointer's on the way short. And the rebound pulled down by Honecker. Again, Honecker just a freshman. Bounce pass will find Baker. Here is Arbuckle. Another three. It's good. And just like that, we're tied at 10. Arbuckle, his second three-pointer.
That young man's got a nice stroke.
And he was not even a starter for Park Tudor until today. Here is Wedlow for 3. No good. Ball tipped outside. Hart will take it himself. Misses it, and he'll be fouled by Christian Harvey. And Harvey will pick up his first. So Kyle Hart will go to the line. Richmond got out to the fast start, but you see the score is now knotted at 10 apiece. And now here come the players we thought might start tonight. Moore, Rice, Webster, 3 of the guys that are coming in. Free throw is good by Kyle Hart. If you're a Park Tudor fan, you kind of like this because you've been able to weather the storm and now bring your studs in.
Well, on Richmond's offensive end, we have to be a little more patient working against Park Tudor's zone. Just because you've got an open 20-footer doesn't necessarily mean that that's a good shot against that particular defense. Continue to work the ball around, drop it in, kick it out. Ball movement instead of just standing around dribbling like we're doing right now.
Park Tudor leading it by 1. Here's Wedlow off his leg, and the Red Devils turn it over for the second time. Back the other way, and there's another foul, and that's another quick foul on Christian Harvey. That's going to send Isaiah Moore to the line for 2. Moore is in, Rice is in, and Webster is in. We will also see Brimage come in just a moment. The other player in will be Sam Datillo, the 6'4 senior. These are the regular starters we have seen throughout the tournament. Free throw is good. And Isaiah Moore, he's pretty good. He played 41 against Cloverdale earlier this year. Marcus Lebrett will come in. Also back in the lineup for Richmond is Trey Griffin. And the Red Devils now trail at 12-10. Second free throw is no good. It's been a tough free throw shooting day for a lot of teams. Here's Harvey in the corner for 3. Missed it. And the rebound pulled down by Kobe Webster. Webster, by the way, is a senior. Rice is a senior. Moore just a sophomore. Nice dump inside, and there's a layup good by Datillo. 4-point lead now for Park Tudor. 2 minutes remaining, and Richmond's going to get a timeout. We too will take a break. 2:02 remaining in the opening period of play, and the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, the Red Devils are down by 4.
We'd like you to know why public power is important to you. In small towns and cities across America, locally owned public power systems like ours represent local people working together to meet local needs. Our only purpose is to provide an essential service at the lowest possible cost. This makes a big difference in rates and service, and all the benefits we produce at home stay at home. Richmond Power and Light, your locally owned electric utility. Together, we make powerful partners.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Purdue Polytechnic. A Purdue degree is just down the road here in Richmond. Purdue Polytechnic offers degrees in computer graphic technology, including web programming and design, animation, and game studies. Other degrees include industrial and mechanical engineering technology and organizational leadership. Purdue Polytechnic enrollment is year-round, so give them a call at 973-8228 or visit purdue.edu/Richmond. All right, Red Devils got off to a good start, but they've missed a couple of shots, and now they find themselves down in this one by 4.
How many shots have we seen Richmond inside the paint?
None so far.
And therein lies the story of so far the season for Richmond. They rely on that jumper, and for whatever reason, lack aggressiveness with the exception of Christian Harvey attacking the basket. And we come out of a timeout called by Coach Wedlow, and we have one pass and a turnover.
By the way, Jacob Jones, a 6-foot sophomore, is checked in. And it will be Park Tudor basketball. Here is Moore. This guy can heat up quickly, as can Rice and Webster. Webster hands off now to Rice. Rice, a very, very talented guard. Tillo inside, knocked away by Leverett. It'll stay Park Tudor basketball. 1:29 remaining here in the second. Tillo coming off the screen, and he will, boy, he got inside, and he would have scored if Rice sees him.
He sure did.
Here's Isaiah Moore. Moore pull-up shot on the way, missed it. Leverett had it. Trey the other way for the Red Devils, and he'll wait for Leverett. Skip pass now to Harvey. Harvey drives inside, layup good, and Harvey on the board for the first time for the Red Devils.
Passed up the open look from the wing and attacked the basket. Easy 2 points.
14-12. Here's Rice again, right by Leverett, and lays it in. Your defense will have to be better than that against Isaiah Rice. 16-12. Now under a minute to go. Here's Griffin. Griffin will drive. He misses off the glass. Rebound to Tillo. And here come the Panthers once again. Here's Kobe Webster. Now to Rice on the right wing. Gets the screen from Brimage. Rice drives in. Scoop shot good. 2 in a row for Rice.
We got another timeout by Coach Wedlow. All that is lazy defense by the Red Devils. That's not even a good screen set right there. They are not looking to get over the screen, under the screen, and continue to guard the individual that they're responsible for. All that is lazy defense by your Richmond High School Red Devils. And I'm sure Coach Wedlow is going to say, look, if we're going to guard these guys man to man, we're going to have to get tougher. We're going to have to set our mindset that, by golly, this is where we're going to win this basketball game, is at this end of the floor. Too many kids today think that the offensive end of the floor is where you win basketball games. I'm here to tell you it has never changed over the years. You win basketball games on the defensive end, and right now all we're doing is getting out the red flag like charging a bull and playing Olay with them. You know,
I can attest to that for one reason. Look at Connorsville.
Absolutely.
They're not a high-scoring team, but they shut people down just like today.
They get after it. They understand, and this team will begin to understand it. Otherwise, it's going to be a long year for the Devils.
Richmond now trailing by 6, 18-12. Here's Harvey. Park Tudor started zone. Now they'll go man. They can guard man-to-man as Harvey drives and scores. And that is exactly what Harvey does well. 18-14. 14 seconds remaining. Here's Isaiah Rice. Once again, it'll be Webster. Gets the screen. Webster drives. Floater, no. Long rebound by Harvey. Ball loose on the floor, and that's going to do it for the opening period of play. after one on your Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. It is Park Tudor 18, Richmond 14. This is Richmond basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Injured athletes can be evaluated at Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond. Request a same-day or next-day appointment to be evaluated by medical professionals who specialize in strains, sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, concussions, and other sports-related orthopedic issues. Call 935-8905. That's 935-8905. Or request an appointment online at reedortho.org. Reed Orthopedic Center, 1400 Highland Road in Richmond.
We are getting closer and closer to a new year, and you can get your new year started off on the right track by joining players of all ages at a New Year's Day workout with New Vision Sports from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. again on New Year's Day. The cost is $30 for all ages. Contact New Vision Sports at 977-5831 or register at newvisionsports@gmail.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z at gmail.com. 18-14. Ready for period number 2 here at the Tiernan Center. The winner of this game, the third place finisher. It will be Park Tudor basketball. Well, I think that for Rice, Moore, and Webster, they responding pretty well as they got benched, as did Datillo. Here's a nice strong drive inside, contact against Moore, no whistle. And back the other way. Here's Wedlow. Nice crossover to the left. Brings it back to the right. We'll set it up once again out front against Brimage. Here is Hampton. Red Devils play the weave out front once again. Hampton. Hands off now to Griffin. Back once again to Wedlow. By the way, the Red Devils have Harvey out of the ballgame with 2 fouls. Here's Hampton in the corner for 3. Hampton, his second three-pointer. Nice screen there for Rice. He's going to take it in the lane, and there's a foul. 2-shot foul now for Park Tudor. Ricky Wedlow picks up the foul. Here is Isaiah Rice. Rice at 5'11". He's built like a truck. Reminds me of Joel Okafor, who played here at Richmond. Now Indiana Wesleyan. 1917. You have shoulders like that. All the girls we could get.
Boy, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Or would have been nice. Sorry, honey, I didn't mean it that way.
2017. 3-point lead now for the Panthers. Here's Wedlow. Brimage staying right with Ricky, and the Red Devils back in that weave.
And they're trying to run the weave against the zone. And notice how Park Tudor sits down and guards and defends and makes it difficult for Richmond to do what they want to do. Park Tudor sets one ball screen and they got a layup. And all defense is a matter of heart. It's a matter of want to. And right now, Richmond is not, they're not wanting to defend that ball screen.
By the way, the Red Devils with their 4th turnover. There's a drive and a missed shot by Brent Brimage. And Brimage will go to the line. Brimage, another undersized forward at 6'2", but very strong around the basket. Now who will the Red Devils have the foul called on?
Foul on 24, Mr. Ferguson.
Yep. AJ picks up number 1. He got into foul trouble last night against South Bend Adams. And the free throw by Brimage is good. 4-point lead once again for Park Tudor, and Christian Harvey back in for the Red Devils. Second free throw by Brimage is short, and Ferguson the rebound. Red Devil basketball. Back in the zone, we'll see Arbuckle back in now for Park Tudor. Well, the Panthers were in man-to-man a moment ago. Back to that 2-3 zone. Let's see what the Red Devils can do here. Arbuckle steps out and will pretty much guard Christian Harvey out beyond the 3-point line. Nice crossover by Christian. Drives in and draws the foul. And that'll go against Datillo. So Sam Datillo picks up the foul, and Christian Harvey goes to the line for the first time.
And once again, on Park Tudor's offensive end, every one of their players attacks the basket.
Yeah.
On Richmond's end, right now, the only one that we have attacking the basket is one of our smaller players, Christian Harvey. I mean, he's aggressive. He does well when he gets there. We get a free throw, and it's a free throw. It's one of your better players, and we miss a free throw.
Yeah.
How many did we miss last night? 6 or 7? Yeah. At a critical time where instead of being up 2 or 3, you're up 11. That changes the whole complexion of the game.
Yeah, sure does. Second one. He has struggled a little bit at the line, at least from a consistency standpoint. 21-18, three-point lead, Park Tudor basketball. This is Webster. He will find Moore and a turnover. 4th turnover for Park Tudor. Here's Griffin. Now to Harvey. Harvey has a little bit of a wrap on that thumb on his left hand. Not sure if he heard it last night. Nice roll inside to A.J. Ferguson. And Ferguson scores, and he's fouled. Datillo picks up number 2. Ferguson now with 3.
That was a nice job by Mr. Ferguson of setting a ball screen up high, rolling to the basket. An even better job by Mr. Harvey of realizing that we had a mismatch underneath, and a good pass that resulted in a layup.
Free throw missed. Here's Arbuckle. Trapped in the corner and loses the basketball. 5th turnover now for the Panthers, and it will stay Red Devil basketball. By the way, Honecker's come in, the 6'3 freshman now for Park Tudor, after Sam Datillo picked up his 2nd foul. 1-point ball game. Red Devils were down by 8 here in the first half. Here's Harvey. They'll cover up Hampton quickly to make sure he doesn't get a good look from 3. Harvey top of the key. Now right side to Wedlow. Back out to Harvey. A.J. Ferguson on the high post. Here is a three-pointer. Good. That'll be Ricky Wedlow. And the Red Devils have now taken a 23-21 lead.
Well, obviously, Ricky spending some time prior to the game working on his perimeter shooting has paid off, because he's been lighting it up thus far.
There's a drive inside by Webster. Lost it. Brimage will get it, and he travels. 6 turnovers now by Park Tudor. Well, the Red Devils maybe guarding a little bit better now than they were earlier.
Yeah, give them credit. A little want to.
Richmond's going to play some pretty good teams down the road they'll have to guard extremely well against. And the meat portion of the NCC schedule still coming up after the holiday break. Here's Griffin off to Harvey. 3-pointer looks good from here. Hard off the back of the rim. Battle for the loose basketball. Griffin on the sideline, and this will be whose basketball? They're going to give it to Park Tudor. The small Red Devil crowd that is here didn't like that call. Here's Isaiah Moore. Grimmage back to Moore. Moore just 1 point so far. He's going to pull up from 3. Missed it. Long rebound, Hampton. Here come the Red Devils with a 2-point lead. Hampton off the right wing. Kicks it inside to Ferguson. Ferguson off the glass short. And the rebound by Honecker. 3.5 minutes to go. The floater on the way good by Webster. So Webster gets his first 2. And we're tied at 23. Here is A.J. Missed another one underneath. Here come the Panthers. This is Moore, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Harvey. Rice coming back in. Arbuckle will sit down.
Arbuckle will have a seat.
Now, one thing about A.J. Ferguson, he's got to finish those shots.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure that he might have gotten bumped down there. It was a nice little pass that he received going to the basket.
Nice run down to Webster.
Big, strong kid. Go ahead and finish that.
Webster, he hits the three. Webster now with 5. Red Devils down by 3. 3 minutes to go. Here is Harvey. His floater missed. Battle for the loose basketball. It goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Richmond. Now, my concern is I know you're going to get bumped in the NCC. It's, a physical conference most of the time, that you better make those. It's just my assessment. You got guys that are going to bump you all the time. You make those.
Well, and Troy, I think also that from the standpoint of our post players, understanding how to absorb that contact, how to absorb the bump, and gather yourself knowing that there, in most any basketball game you play, even in pickup games, there are no layups.
Right.
Those aren't given. So that was kind of a secondary break. Gather yourself, put the ball on the floor, and go up strong. Put it off the glass and convert. And in all likelihood, you're going to get an opportunity to go to the free throw line for the old-fashioned and one.
I think sometimes they anticipated being blocked more than anything, right? I mean,
yeah, they do. But that's the negative thinking.
Yeah.
You're going to get a pass, and your thought should be, I'm going to convert this.
Yeah.
Not, I might get it blocked.
Harvey gets both. Red Devils trail it by 1. By the way, Rice back in. He commits the foul. Rice underneath the brimage. Layup good.
And that's Ricky Wedlow. He's got to drop. That ball gets to the bottom of the rim. He's out there 20 feet away from the basket. He's got to understand he's 2 passes away. He's got to drop to the basket to help him defend there. That's just too easy. Too easy.
2:20 to go in the first half. Harvey off now to Griffin. Here's Hampton as the Red Devils run the weave. Look for the backdoor cut, and that'll be a turnover by Hampton. That's number 5 on Richmond.
And there's nothing wrong with that. We talked about it last night. What's wrong with that dribble? There's nothing wrong with that dribble. It's high. Yeah. Where's his hand? It's still on top of the basketball. He didn't palm it. He didn't turn it over. It's just a high dribble.
Turnover nonetheless for Richmond. Here's Rice. Red Devils down by 3. Following the ball game is Spencer Hogg now for Park Tudor. He's a 5'11 junior. Here's Rice once again, gets the high screen. Both these teams evenly matched when it comes to size. Datillo is at 6'4". There's just not a whole lot of size on the floor for either one of these two ball clubs. 1:39 to go. Rice again looks for an opening. Red Devils stay in that 2-3 zone. Here's the bounce pass to Brimage. The kick and the turnover. 7 turnovers now as Harvey gets the steal, takes it himself, and a foul call.
I tell you what, if you're Richmond, you take 7, 8, or 9 of Christian Harvey's. Yeah. He gets that ball in transition. He's got one thought: I'm going to the rack.
You know, are there maybe 7 or 8 more?
They're there. Those kids they're there. They're on the floor.
Harvey will go to the line for 2.
I think far too many times young kids today seem to think that style points are worth more points when the ball goes in.
Yeah.
You know, a little reverse layup when a regular layup will do, a dunk when a regular layup will do, a 20-foot jumper instead of a 15-foot jumper. You know, bottom line is, at the end of the game, who's got more points? It's not about how I went about doing it. It's not how stylistic I was when I did it. It's about who has the more points, period.
28-27. Back in the ball game is Hart. Here is a short jumper, good by Webster, now with 7. 30-27, over a minute remaining in the first half. Here's Wedlow. He'll find Hampton.
Look at everybody. We're just standing around.
Yeah.
We're just standing. Look, you got 2 people over here begging for the basketball. No movement.
A.J. Ferguson missing an easy shot again, and Rick Wedlow, the head coach, just kind of, I don't know what else he can do. Clemens will come in. A.J. Ferguson will sit down. He had a good angle. You just got to lay it up off the glass. That comes from vision right there, too. I mean, bottom line, you got to look and see where you're shooting it.
What do you think he might have been afraid of?
A block. Yeah. I think he also was afraid he got away with a little shove-off, too, and maybe the official was going to call it, but play through it. There's a drive and a bucket good by Webster again. 9 points by Webster. Red Devils down by 5, 39 seconds to go. Harvey almost lost it off his foot. Back to Trey Griffin. And the pass intended for Clemens goes out of bounds. Red Devils turn it over for the 6th time.
There's just a lot of simple fundamental things here, Troy, that right now the Red Devils aren't doing. That's an easy entry pass to a guy who's got his man sealed down on the block. Instead of trying to look good doing it, find a way to get it down there. Or just get it done. You know, a no-look pass. Just get the ball down there where it belongs.
Work your angle with the basketball. Come to one side and then make sure you get it in there. Here's Rice. Rice against Clemens, and they're going to get Clemens with the body foul. Or you're going to say he got him in the arm. It looked like he got him a little lower. So Keyshawn Clemens will pick up the foul.
But I'm going to ask on that play, and Coach Weddle is right now talking to the official, what is it that Clemens did wrong on that play right there? What is it that he did wrong? All he did was stand there with his arms straight up. Who initiated all the contact?
I think they call those belly fouls.
That's the bailout. and all the kid did from Richmond was play good defense. Yeah. But that's all the more reason why at this level, if you will take the ball to the basket with any kind of body contact, you're going to get rewarded.
That's right.
And that's what Park Tudor's done the whole time. And there's no excuse for this. Absolutely no excuse.
Rice sneaks in and gets the rebound.
That's embarrassing if you're Richmond High School. Absolutely embarrassing. It's a lack of effort. It's a lack of discipline. And it's worried about what happened on the previous play. You know what? That play is done. That play is over. Move on to the next play. Your only responsibility when you've got 4 folks there on the free throw lane line is one, block out the shooter. The ball fell to the floor.
Yeah.
We got 4 kids sitting there looking at it.
Yeah.
And who gets the rebound? The guy who shot the free throw.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Take a timeout, 35-27 in the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. We'll come back with your first half numbers coming up in a moment. This is Richmond basketball right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
All the amenities you want and the convenience you need. Your next apartment is waiting for you at Chester Heights Apartments in Richmond. Chester Heights Apartments come with 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms with central air, inside laundry, swimming pool, and a new regulation-size volleyball court. Chester Heights also offers convenient access to IU East, Reed Hospital, shopping, restaurants, and more. Call today for specials. Chester Heights Apartments on Chester Boulevard in Richmond, a proud supporter of all Richmond High School athletics.
The last time I was in for service at Best One, I let Roger know my brakes were squeaking. So they checked them out, and Roger told me it was just a little moisture. Not to worry, everything was fine. Well, that was just the reassurance I needed. I trust the team at Best One, just like I trust my own dad.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark. At Best One Tire and Service, we only fix what needs to be fixed. When your car or truck leaves our shop, the service you request will be done right. I guarantee it.
Best One Tire and Service, North 7th and A, Uptown Richmond.
Maybe you haven't heard, but there's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show Cheers. You know, where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some of your friends and try out a game of live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else are you going to find this kind of variety, along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
It takes a lot of pieces working together to run a successful business in today's world. One big piece is your connectivity, powered by your internet. For local businesses in Richmond, you have options for who provides your internet. When deciding who to go with, you need to look at Parallax Systems, fiber optic packaging for your benefit. Speed, reliability, and local service, you get it all with Parallax Systems, a division of RP&L. Visit online at parallax.ws or call 962-3770.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
Hey, we're back at the Tiernan Center. Halftime score 35-27. Park Tudor on top. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Square Donuts of Richmond. And whether it's a delicious breakfast, afternoon treat, or a midnight snack, everyone loves the taste of Square Donuts of Richmond. Enjoy their huge cinnamon rolls or any of the other crowd favorites, including maple bacon, strawberry cheesecake, Oreo cream, pumpkin spice, and many, many more. And, of course, grab their award-winning glazed donuts, voted #1 in the entire state. Proud to be your favorite donut shop and home to the best donuts in town. The only squares around, Square Donuts of Richmond. Well, we saw maybe what is what they say the microcosm of what has happened to this basketball team sometimes this year is the lack of focus on that missed opportunity to make sure that Rice doesn't get a rebound off of a missed free throw that hits the floor. You know as well as I do, you tell the players that they've got to do certain things. Now it's up to them to do it. He can't get out. Coach Redlow can't get out and rebound for him.
Correct.
But those things right there are inexcusable.
That is just absolutely falling asleep. That is assuming a make instead of a miss.
Yep.
That is accepting the fact that, well, I made a mistake maybe in my recovery defense, so I'm lamenting the fact that I didn't do job number one, instead of forgetting the fact that I didn't do job number one and compound that mistake by making another that leads to basically a 1-on-4 for Park Tudor with 4 seconds to go in a half that leads to 11 and an 8-point lead instead of a 6-point lead. And the other thing, Troy, that these young kids from Richmond, I think, need to understand, and I'm hopeful that Coach Wedlow has explained them to. There might be 150 people here today, okay? It's about competing.
Yeah.
Whether there are people in the seats or not, this is a basketball game that requires for you to step out and represent the name that's on the front of that jersey, not the back.
Yeah.
As a former Red Devil, and granted it was a few years ago, it's still to this day resonates with me about what it is that we have that represents this school and this city. These young men need to understand that it's about what it is that it takes to win game in and game out on that particular day.
Yeah.
Forget about the fact that you got beat 110-50 at North Central. Forget about the fact that you didn't win last night. This is today, this is tonight, and it's all about what it takes to compete and be successful today.
Yeah.
Tonight. Every game, they play 28 games, but it's a one-game season.
Yeah.
It's about what you're doing that night. And right now, we're laying an egg. We are laying an egg. Granted, Park Tudor is a very, very good basketball. It's Class 2A. For those IU fans out there listening, Yogi Ferrell.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty good basketball player.
Not bad. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right. But one person, whether it's Yogi or whether it's Christian Harvey, they're not going to beat 5 other players.
Yeah.
And right now, I still think that the biggest problem with the Red Devils is the fact that they continue to look to Christian Harvey to do everything.
Yeah.
Score, rebound, assist, defend. Folks, it ain't about one. If it is, I'd take Christian Harvey and go play anybody.
Yeah.
But it's 5-on-5.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Second half coming up in a couple of moments. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Harrington Hoke Insurance. At Harrington Hoke, they spend every day working to make this community better, safer, and more enjoyable because their focus is on insurance, and that's it. They're on top of industry changes and are a one-stop shop for all your insurance needs, whether it's business, personal, life, or health. That's why when it comes to protecting you and what's important to you, Harrington Hoke insures it. Give them a call at 962-9502 or go to their website, harringtonhoke.com. Harrington Hoke, we got it. Second half coming up in a moment. This is Richmond Basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
It's game time. The Sportsplex is now open. Get your teams together and come out for basketball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, golf, batting cages, wrestling, and much, much more. The Sportsplex also offers court rentals for your entire team to play a pickup game or to hold practices. Use our turf fields for multiple sports, including flag football, baseball fielding, and rugby. Sportsplex is open 7 days a week. Check out FamilyFitnessWorks.com for more information and current hours, or call 765-935-0111.
There's only one place to go on the World Wide Web to find the best automotive deals. Wetzelauto.com. One of the area's largest inventories all in one spot. Wetzelauto.com. Here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wetzelauto.com. New and used vehicles, service, parts, body shop, and rental. Plus, value your trade. It's easy to navigate. It's convenient. Wetzelauto.com. It's clickin' awesome.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond, Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. It's not just about the quality work, it's also about customer service. It's about attention to details and making absolutely sure you are 100% satisfied. If that's the kind of experience you want in your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Give them a call at 966-0994.
Quick check of scoring from the first half. Park Tudor led by Kobe Webster and Isaiah Rice with 9 each, both off the bench. Trace Arbuckle with 6, Kai Hart with 5. A single point by Isaiah Moore, 2 by Datillo, 3 by Brimage. For the Red Devils, they were led by Christian Harvey with 9, Ricky Wedlow with 8, Trey Griffin with 3, A.J. Ferguson with 3, and Tylee Hampton with 6. Championship game tonight at 7. This, again, the third-place contest, so let's see what adjustments have been made, and will the Red Devils take heed of giving up that late basket off the missed free throw. Park Tudor will open up man-to-man, and they will start in the second half with Moore, Rice, and Webster on the floor. Datillo gets the start, and Brimage will start, so different starting lineup in the second half. Wedlow, backdoor cut to Harvey. Harvey sidesteps to the defender and lays it in. 11 now for Harvey. Boy, Christian so good around the basket as well. And you know what? They list him at 5 or 6 foot, but I don't think he's 6 foot.
No, I'll give him 5'10".
Well, he is so good around the basket. That's why he's able to get 30 a game. Once again, Moore. He has not really decided to light things up so far tonight. Just a single point. Brimage will set the screen. Moore looking back inside. Nothing available. Now once again it'll be Webster. Webster downtown 3. Rims in and out. And the rebound tipped into the hands of Christian Harvey. Now the Red Devils back the other way. Here's Griffin off the left wing. Back once again to Ferguson. Here is Wedlow. Screen and roll. Layup good. A.J. Ferguson. And the screen and roll is one of the hardest offenses to guard if you run it right. 5 points now by Ferguson. Here's Rice driving and a foul call on the floor. You better relax, young man.
His second.
We have to get you more broadcasts. You'll just become numb to it after a while.
What kind of defense was that?
Not very good.
It's terrible.
Oh, boy. And Brimage unable to hold on. Turnover by Park Tudor. That's their 8th. They have actually more turnovers than Richmond. 8 for Park Tudor. And guess what? Head coach Michael Schoen has seen enough, so he clears the bench out, brings back the original starters.
and Hart.
He is wasting no time, is he? If you don't like, if he didn't like what you're doing, he gets you out of there.
There was no contest on the inbounds pass. All it was a simple pass to the wing that went to the fourth row of the stands. Talk about lack of focus and concentration.
Yeah. 2-3 zone now put together. Here's Trey Griffin for three, and that'll shoot you out of it awful quick.
It's no wonder that both coaches don't have any hair.
Trey Griffin now with 6. Red Devils down by 1. Spencer Hogg at the point now for Park Tudor. Here's Arbuckle three-pointer. That one is good. That young man could stroke it.
I haven't seen him miss a shot in 2 days.
He's pretty good. 9 points. Here is Wedlow back the other way for 3. And it is a game of threes, and Park Tudor is going to call a timeout. 11 points now by Rick Wedlow. We'll take a timeout as well. Red Devils down by 1, 38-37.
Summit Computers in Richmond is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware, service, support, and design services. They also provide web hosting, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and much, much more. Summit Computers, the official provider of RadioTroy.com.
Well, we've gone back and forth here in the third quarter. Arbuckle with a 3. But how about the Red Devils? Wedlow, Griffin with 2 threes. Harvey scores a bucket, and A.J. Ferguson with a basket.
You know, that last transition basket for Richmond reminded me a lot of in the days with Dominique and Chad was here. And Brian Maurer would run the floor and run to the corner. You know, Brian Maurer couldn't guard me. But Brian Maurer could shoot.
Yeah.
And he would run to the corner, they'd spot it up, and very good shooter. You know, defensively a liability. Unfortunately, the young man, I wish he could putt like he could shoot the basketball. He's down there on the Latin American tour. And
there's another 3 by Trey Griffin, and Richmond takes a 2-point lead. Richmond with now their third 3 of the third quarter.
If Maurer could make a 15-footer, he'd be making money hands over fist.
Boy, somebody fell asleep defensively for the Red Devils. Aiden Baker scores.
And there again, in transition, you know, you get excited, you're on a good run, and it's kind of like the basketball is a magnet. Everybody runs to the basketball, but they forget to defend the basket.
Yeah. It's like Y basketball, right?
Yeah.
All the kids running around with the ball.
Kind of like soccer.
Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Kyle Hart. 13 points for the Red Devils already in 3 minutes of play here in the third. They've outscored Park Tudor 13-5. Wedlow, he's going to drive in, and he misses it short. He goes out of bounds off A.J. Ferguson. But again, another dimension for Wedlow that you hope to see more of. Red Devil zone trap here. The ball tipped right back into the hands of Honecker. So Park Tudor basketball. Look out. Here's Arbuckle again. Missed it. And the rebound by Hampton.
Spread
from the Red Devils. Yep, here is Harvey. Bucket good, and he's fouled.
Christian Harvey with the assist from Hampton.
Red Devils now lead it by 2 here in the third.
It's number 13, Spencer Hogg, his first.
Hogg will pick up the foul. That is his first. Boy, if you're Michael Shelton, the head coach for Park Tudor, what do you got to do to get these other guys going? Because he's benching Moore, Rice, and Webster again. Datillo sitting down. Brimage all sitting down. Free throw is short. 2-point ball games. We've had issues on both sides for these coaches.
Yes.
You said there's no wonder they're both without any hair. Here's Hart, blocked from behind, saved by A.J. Ferguson from going out of bounds. 3-on-1 break, and missing the layup is Wedlow, but Hampton able to run it down.
Not very good spacing on the floor on that fast break.
Red Devils basketball back in the half court.
I think Wedlow and Hampton were in the same area code.
Here's Hampton on the drive. Harvey feeds inside.
Nice.
Lays good.
Nice.
Boy, A.J. finishing his last 2 shots, and the Red Devils lead it by 4. Arbuckle gets trapped, kicks it outside to Hogg. Hart Kicks inside as well, and the basket is good by Honecker, and he's fouled.
Basket is good.
44-42.
By Honecker.
So a free throw here by Honecker, and it'll make it a 1-point ball game. A.J. Ferguson picks up his third, and the free throw way off the mark.
Ferguson, his third.
So Red Devil basketball, 2-point game, 44-42. That is Wedlow. Richmond right now with the small lineup once again. Of course, this is a much more, that's a bad pass right there. Turnover Richmond, and Arbuckle will be fouled. I don't even know where that pass was supposed to be going by Tylee Hampton. I think he tried to throw it between his legs. 7 turnovers by Richmond. Hampton also commits the foul. We call that a double negative. So here's Arbuckle. And I know what you're thinking. It was just kind of a lazy effort on the pass. I don't mind you throwing it between his legs, but you better at least give it a little more oomph.
Well, and Troy, also, the other thing is, it's kind of like the player coming off a ball screen. Whose responsibility is it to come off that? It's not the screener. The screener sets it, and what normally happens is the guy runs 3 feet away from the screen. And what's the screener do? Well, I got to get the guy. So now it's a moving screen. In this case here, the guy who's receiving the pass pop to an open spot where the guy can give you the ball. Instead of keeping the guy between you and the pass, get to an open spot.
44-44. Here is a 3 by Christian Harvey, no good. A.J. Ferguson thought he got held, and he looks at the underneath official, no whistle. So we'll go back over to Park Tudor. Mentioned the Park Tudor started a different lineup in the second half, and then they went back to their original starters. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Boy, backdoor for Hart. If they hit him, he's wide open for an easy layup. It goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Park Tudor. Rick Wedlow got out of the coach's box, and they tell him to get back in.
Well, I think the kid from Park Tudor made an attempt to touch the basketball, but I don't believe he did.
Hart missing inside. Battle for the loose basketball, and Hart gets tied up by A.J. Ferguson. And Marcus Labrette got the worst of that because A.J. Ferguson kind of threw a little elbow right there. Unfortunately, hit Marcus. It will stay with Park Tudor, so Richmond will get the possession out. Arbuckle wide open in the corner. Missed it. Ferguson with a rebound. Quick outlet pass to Harvey. Pass a little bit off the mark. Here's Ferguson now to Leverett. Griffin driving, feeding. Marcus back once again to Harvey. Here is Trey. Thought about the 3. Got covered up quickly. Good movement here on the defense by Park Tudor.
And good ball movement by the Devils. Resulting in an open jumper.
Wedlow misses. A.J. Ferguson.
That a boy, A.J. The way to be aggressive. Way to go get it.
2:13 remaining. This is Christian Harvey. Work it once again to Wedlow. A.J. working the high post and Leverett working low. Don't have any true, real post player in the ball game right now, though. A.J. Ferguson at about 6'1". Here's a 3 on the way, no good. That's one thing I don't like about that part of the offense. Boy, I tell you what, Hart missing Arbuckle wide open. They've missed a couple of times. Players wide open, and for some reason, Spencer Hogg threw it down the hallway.
All right, number 3.
Well, and the other thing with the Devils on the offensive end here against the zone is when they flash to the elbow as that post player, there's really no purpose to the flash. It's just kind of a eye candy. You know, like I'm coming here, but I'm really not going to do anything. If they would come there with a purpose and receive a pass and turn their face, now all of a sudden what happens? That zone has to collapse, and now you've got all kind of openings. Doesn't matter if you're 6'10" or 5'10". Flash with a purpose.
Red Devils basketball, 1:24 remaining. Harvey stops, looks at Webster. By the way, Webster, Moore, Rice, Datillo back in, and Brimage back in. Wedlow, 15, no. Rebound pulled out of there by Isaiah Moore, and once again it'll be Park Tudor basketball. 1 minute to go in the third.
1 minute the quarter.
And right there, Ricky Wedlow had his defender beat. 2 more dribbles gets him in front of the rim. Instead, he pulls up for the 12-foot jumper.
Shot no good. Datillo with the offensive rebound. The kick out to Webster. Webster down the lane. Scoop shot good. Webster. 11 now by Webster, and Park Tudor regains the lead. 46-44. Hampton with the left hand will find Ferguson. 25 seconds to go now. Red Devils back it away. Championship game tonight at 7. Imagine this place will clear out pretty quick. It's Tinley and South Bend Adams. Not a whole lot of local interest in that game. Griffin, 4 seconds. Hampton, 2 seconds. Hampton fires at the buzzer, and Richmond didn't execute that very well at all. We will head to the fourth quarter. Park Tudor leading it by 2 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard.
Did you know Richmond Schools offers an instrumental music program in grades 5 through 12? Did you know Richmond Schools offer classes in Chinese, French, and Spanish? And did you know Richmond offers a full slate of intermediate school athletic programs such as golf, swimming, volleyball, football, basketball, and baseball? Richmond Community Schools. We are your choice for a quality education. Go to wearerichmond.com. At Richmond Power and Light, we're committed to Richmond. We've been a part of this community for over 114 years. We're not part of some big energy conglomerate, and we don't answer to out-of-town stockholders. Instead, we are accountable to you. And just like you, we want what's best for our hometown. That means you can count on us to provide reliable electricity at low rates. We are Richmond Power and Light, your hometown electric utility, building Richmond a better tomorrow.
46-44, we head to the fourth. Christian Harvey for the Red Devils with 13, 9 by Griffin, Wedlow with 11, A.J. Ferguson with 7, and Tylee Hampton with 6.
You know, that last possession in the third quarter, the one guy who didn't handle the basketball was your best player, Christian Harvey.
Yeah, didn't even see it, did he?
Didn't even see it.
Starters from the second half now in the ball game for Park Tudor. Here's A.J. Ferguson.
Nice.
Powers it up and scores.
Nice. Would love to see him do that more often.
Foul's going to be on Brimage.
Ian Clemens.
Only the team's second.
Brimage will pick up the foul. A.J. Ferguson now with 9 could get into double figures for the second time in the tournament. Had 19 against Seton. Missed it hard off the back of the iron. The Red Devils have missed some crucial free throws.
Well, by the time he had finished shooting the free throw, he was already standing behind a three-point arc. Stay on the line.
46, the drive, and the shot's going to be missed by Webster. He took that outside his body instead of straight up through his face. Red Devils once again will get it to Harvey. Harvey's averaging 30 in the tournament, only 13 so far here tonight. Getting caught that time was Hampton. Back to Harvey. He's going to drive and miss it. Nobody there to rebound for the Red Devils other than A.J. Ferguson. Webster across the 10-second line. Webster got the defender in the air, pulls up and hits it. Webster now with 13.
Nice player, Webster.
Good thing Moore's not shot a whole lot tonight. Mentioned he had 41 earlier this year against a pretty good Cloverdale team. Now the Red Devils down by 2. Now, here's where we're not seeing much movement here offensively. Becomes an easy guard. There's another screen. And once again back to Trey Griffin. We'll give it off now to Harvey. Here's Trey. Pull-up jumper, and that one's a little bit too hard by Wedlow. And the rebound, Brimage. Red Devils wanted to travel. Here's Brimage the other way and scores.
Instead of worrying about what the officials don't call, understand that you got one job, and that's to get back on defense. You can't play and officiate at the same time. Yeah. Their role is to play the game of basketball, let the officials take care of their job. If they miss a call, miss a call. Bottom line is the officials haven't turned the ball over 15 times, haven't shot 50% from the free throw line. Take care of your responsibility, period.
Webster, by the way, picks up his first foul. 6 minutes remaining now here in the fourth. Red Devils down by 4. Harvey once again will give it off to Hampton. A.J. playing the low post, and that'll give it off now to Wedlow. Here's a long-range three, no good by Harvey. And A.J. Ferguson will save it. No, they're going to say he stepped on the end line.
That ball hit him. Troy, after he threw it off of Red, that ball came back off and hit him while he was standing out of bounds. I hate to say it, it's a great hustle play, an unfortunate break for the Red Devils. Good call by the official.
Rice across the timeline. Here's a wide open jumper again. This time no good. Brimage with a rebound off the miss by Webster. Floater on the way good. There is Isaiah Moore.
Timeout, Wedlow. Ricky's got to get a timeout. I think Coach Wedlow's got to get a timeout here soon.
And there's a foul.
We got bailed out.
I think it's going to be Rice. So it will be Isaiah Rice. He just picked up his second. Team foul number 4 now on Park Tudor. 5:19 remaining in the fourth. Here's Trey Griffin. Grimmage will take an extra step. Christian Harvey now with the basketball. Harvey will now go to Griffin on the right wing and cut through. Here's a high screen and roll. Griffin, nothing there. Back once again to A.J. Here's Griffin. Driving baseline. Blocking foul called against Datillo, his third. So Richmond will take the basketball out on the baseline. Hampton on the inbound. Once again, here's Harvey. Wedlow at the left elbow gets the screen again from A.J. Ferguson, though he bypassed that screen high, and now another foul will be called. And this will be Isaiah Rice. He just picked up his third.
The last 2 possessions by the Red Devils, what have we done, Troy? Attack the basket. Yeah. What have we been rewarded with, Troy? 2 fouls.
Yeah.
They're trying to guard us man-to-man. I will take us man-to-man offensively against anybody. Understand what you're playing against.
Yeah.
You've got 2 straight foul calls against you. Let's don't settle for a 20-foot jumper.
Go do it again.
Just do it again?
Really stopped you, you bet. Boy, Brimage got away with a foul right there. Ferguson, he's going to shoot it and miss it. And out on the run the other way, and the layup's going to be missed by Datillo. And I don't know how he missed that. That one off the bottom of the backboard, and a foul called against Park Tudor. How in the world did he miss that?
Well, I think he found himself directly underneath the basket and not realizing it. Knew that he had a wide open shot, and then all of a sudden realized, whoops, I'm underneath the basket here.
Shouldn't you catch, stop, and dribble and come back?
Well, if you're thinking about what you're doing, yeah.
By the way, Datillo, that they're going to say that's number 4. A.J. Ferguson at the line. A.J. has missed 3 free throws. And we're in the 1 in bonus.
You know, A.J. shot a little 10-foot jumper on that last possession. It had a nice open look. But the other 4 white shirts just stood there and watched him shoot it.
Yeah, no crashing of the boards.
No crashing of the boards, and then we almost get beat. Well, we did get beat. Fortunately, the young man didn't understand where he was at from Park Tudor. Otherwise, it would result in that. But we're only down 4, and you got 4 minutes to play. So, still in it.
We'll take a timeout on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Red Devils trail at 52-48.
Maybe you knew that Indiana University East has world-renowned professors and 50 highly respected IU degree programs. Still, there's someone you should meet. He's a red wolf. He's Rufus, our mascot. He's here for our intercollegiate sports, dozens of student clubs, and to make sure things aren't too, well, tame. Check us out at iue.edu or drop by. But be careful. No leash. IU. Focused on you.
Hey, tonight's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. You can give him a call at 969-3400. 4:13 remaining. Nothing decided yet, though the Red Devils down by 4. Red Devils right now led by Christian Harvey with 13. 11 points now by A.J. Ferguson. We mentioned that's the second time he has gotten into double figures for the Red Devils in this tournament. 11 by Wedlow and Trey Griffin with 9. Park Tudor basketball. There is Kobe Webster.
The positive out of that is balanced scoring for Richmond.
Yeah.
That's good to see and good to hear.
Brimage looking right. Hands off now to Rice. Here's Isaiah Moore. Datillo on the high post. Once again in the corner to Moore. Moore hasn't gotten on track so far here tonight. Red Devils doing a nice job against him. Here's Rice. They want an opening for a layup and nothing there. Look at Wedlow. He's down and guarding. Now Rice down the lane. Scoop shot no good. Offensive rebound. Brimage and good. Brimage sneaks in there and gets the board. 54-48. Here's Ferguson.
Nice.
Jump hook.
Nice.
54-50. 3 minutes to go. Boy, AJ, boy, you get him double figures, at least close to double figures every night. What a bonus. Driving and scoring is Webster.
Way too easy for them. Way too easy.
And Richmond turns it over on the sideline. They'll say that Tylee Hampton stepped on the sideline. That's 8 turnovers and perhaps none bigger than that one. 2:47 to go, and Park Tudor will get it back. This is Rice getting the screen from Datillo. Rice back outside to Brimage. Rice receives on the right wing and now brings it to the elbow. He'll be guarded there by Wedlow. The screen by Brimage. And right now, Park Tudor doesn't mind wasting some time. Here's Rice down the lane. Missed it. Gets the offensive rebound. Puts it back up. He scores and he's fouled. Another big offensive rebound by the Park Tudor Panthers, and they're going to benefit by going to the free throw line now. Boy, got to rebound the basketball down the stretch, and we saw the easy basket by Webster a couple of moments ago. Isaiah Rice found the opening and now goes to the free throw line. Couple of critical plays for Richmond. Free throw is short. Foul, by the way, called on Tylee Hampton. And now Richmond down by 8, just over 2 minutes remaining. Here is Griffin on the right elbow. AJ looking inside, no cutter. Kicks it back outside now to Harvey. Probably going to let Harvey go at it here. Back inside to AJ Ferguson. Turns, misses, and the rebound Rice. Here come the Panthers. Rice driving down the lane. Scoops and scores. Isaiah Rice. Big bucket, and the Red Devils down by 10. Here is Hampton for 3. His shot way off the mark. And that may do it for Richmond. Brimage with a rebound.
You know, Troy, in the last 2 games of this tournament, it's been a 2-minute stretch that has just killed Richmond.
Yeah.
Last night, they went on an 0-for-7 streak, 0-for-8 streak. And, you know, South Bend Adams went from up 4 to up 16. And tonight, here in the last part of the fourth quarter, under 3 minutes, don't convert on a couple open jumpers, don't rebound the basketball at the defensive end, and you're down 10 with 1:20 to go.
Late whistle against Ricky Wedlow. He picks up his third. Rice back to the line, and the free throw good, and Rice coming up with some big plays down the stretch, and the Red Devils down by 11. Following the ball game, we'll name the Subway sub of the game and the Wesley Bates Wealth Management player of the game. Second free throw is good. And now Richmond down by 12. And this was not a double-digit loss when you look at it, the way the Red Devils have played at times. Here's Harvey. His jumper no good. And a rebounding foul. I think they will get A.J. Ferguson on this one, or will it stay here? Boy, who'd they get?
Oh, no, he's got to have White 24 on the rebound. A.J.'s over the back. Should be red basketball. White 24 on the back. Clearly, A.J. pushed. So if we're shooting 1-on-1, we're going the other end.
With a lot of confusion on who the foul was called on.
That's the Richmond 16 foul. Well, it might be because didn't do a really good job of communicating it, but I mean the bottom line was AJ was over the back of the kid in red on a rebound foul.
Park Tudor will inbound. Here's Brimage trapped in the corner, gets it away once again to Webster, and then Richmond will have to foul. That's Christian Harvey.
Foul's going to be on Harvey, his third. Panthers in the bonus.
So here is Kobe Webster back to the line. Webster hits the first. And the Red Devils down by 13. Second free throw is up and good, and now the Red Devils trail it by 14 with under a minute remaining.
1 minute remaining.
Richmond lost to South Bend Adams. Is that three no good? They lost to South Bend Adams by 14. Here's a foul on Wedlow.
Well, and once again, that little drought on the offensive end for Richmond here in the last 3 minutes leads to dropping our heads and not understanding that just because we're scoreless on this end of the floor doesn't mean that we can't continue to work and do the things on the defensive end of the floor.
Right.
And once this young basketball team understands that you win games on the defensive end of the floor, I think this group will grow, mature, and be ready come tournament time.
65-50, 43 seconds. Wedlow flat on the shot. Brimage with a rebound. And that may seal it right here as Christian Harvey forced to foul. By the way, to give you an idea, the Red Devils, it's not going to get any easier. After today, they will have until January 6th. They will play Newcastle here at the Tiernan Center. Newcastle, by the way, they're 7-0. Going into this weekend's action, they play Mount Vernon tomorrow. And then the Red Devils play McCutcheon here on January 7th. So 2 straight home games against 2 very good basketball teams. And now the officials at the scorers table. And now what are they discussing?
Well, that is the question of the day, Mr. Darren Gowski. I don't know if there's a number that's not in the book.
So we do have, foul is going to be on Christian Harvey. That's going to be his fourth. Still 1-1.
So it is a 1 in bonus. I don't know what the confusion was on that, but
might have been the number that they reported to the table.
Isaiah Moore.
I just heard Phil mention that the foul was on Richmond's Christian Harvey, so maybe they had a situation between official and table as to exactly the number and then who the foul was on.
Amon Sikand will come in. Also, Micah Moore coming in, and Jolyn Snow will come in for Park Tudor as they have this one pretty much wrapped up. Isaiah Moore with only 3 points at the free throw line for the one and bonus. And he misses it. 35 seconds remaining. Red Devils will fall to 4 and 8. Here's Harvey for 3 short. And the rebound Snow for Park
That's
Tudor.
an offensive foul right there. 14 hooked Wedlow big time right there.
Pass underneath and the layup missed. Wow. 12 seconds to go. Here's Harvey. Griffin misses it. Rebound by Brimage, and that's going to do it. Final score, 65-50. We'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. This is the Wettig Tournament right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
You've got too much stuff in your house or in your business and nowhere to put it all. What do? Here's the answer. Quaker City Storage in Richmond. Quaker City Storage offers various size units for either short-term or long-term storage. You'll get the best rates in town, and you always have 24-hour lighted access to your stuff. Quaker City Storage on Industrial Parkway next to A House Tool. Quaker City Storage is a proud supporter of all Richmond High School athletics.
Hey Chuck, where you headed? Spinning's about to start.
I'm heading to CrossFit.
Isn't that for like the elite lifters or athletes only?
No, at FFW CrossFit, all workouts can and will be scaled to any ability level to welcome everyone.
Sounds great. I need to get out of the same old workout routine. I'm just not sure I can keep up. It seems pretty intense.
No real lifting experience is needed. FFW CrossFit teaches you everything you need to know and move at your own pace in a positive, motivating environment.
You know, I've always wanted to give it a try. I'll see you there.
Learn more at ffwcrossfit.com.
Are new cabinets on your wish list? Visit the new Georgia Direct showroom and see the great variety of cabinets on display in a modern setting. Georgia Direct carries quality craft-made one cabinets, and the new showroom has plenty of styles and colors on display. In Richmond, craft-made one is only available at Georgia Direct, where the designers are always on hand to help create a custom kitchen for your home. Visit Georgia Direct's new showroom on 40 East, next to Red Lobster. You'll love what you see, and you'll love the savings at Georgia Direct.
There is one thing for sure in my life. I know nothing about fixing cars. That's why I take my vehicles to Beach Automotive at 110 East Main in Richmond. Their experts have the knowledge to service and repair even the most challenging auto problems. So if you have an automotive question, they have the answers at Beach Automotive, 110 East Main in Richmond. Or give them a call at 765-966-8181 or visit their website, beach-auto.com.
There are banks that are big, and then there's West End Bank, a bank with big ideas to help people, business, and industry. If you're just starting out on your own and want a new car, West End can help. Maybe it's your first home and you need advice on financing. West End Bank has ideas to help you. West End Bank, helping build better lives and a better community. West End Bank is a community bank with big ideas and home to a distinctive style of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
There's a place in Richmond's Depot District that's better than being home. Little Sheba's is a lot like the bar in that 80s TV show where everybody knows your name. Come on down after the game on Fridays and join us for pizza. We're here till 11. Or grab some friends and come play live trivia Thursday nights at 6:30. If you love live music, Little Sheba's features some of the very best every weekend. Where else can you find this kind of variety along with some of the best food and friends in town? Little Sheba's in Richmond's Depot District. It really is better than being home.
As we wrap this game up, I have one more to go. That'll make 22 straight in 3 days. And then I'll have one more tomorrow in an Earlham game, so I'll have 24 straight games.
That's why you're the myth and the legend and the Hall of Famer, sir. You know, I mean, it's a pleasure doing this with you, Troy. You do a great job, and this Richmond High School Athletic Department, I think, owes you a lot of applause for what it is you do for athletics here on the local scene. Not only at Richmond, just Wayne County in general, IU East, Earlham. I mean, there's a lot of work and effort that goes into this behind the scenes that even in what little I've done here, I'm not privy to. And I don't think folks give you enough credit for what it is you do. So,
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, time to name the Richmond area Subway sub of the game. Tylee Hampton had those 2 threes early, so we will name Tylee Hampton the Subway sub of the game, and the Wesley Bates Wealth Management player of the game, A.J. Ferguson, with 13 points here tonight. And Kyle, as I mentioned a little bit ago, things will not get much easier as the Red Devils come back. Newcastle and McCutcheon right after the break. That is one very, very tough weekend, so things got to get fixed here pretty quick. One non-conference, one conference game, and it's unusual to have the non-conference game on a Friday and the conference game on a Saturday, but that's kind of the way it is in the scheduling process. And here's the thing I said, it's about consistency too, where you're going to get a consistent play from all the players, not a high of Christian Harvey of 30-some and everybody else down in the 2s, and then maybe it goes the other way, but everybody right here on the same page at the same time. What is it going to take?
Well, tonight, I think from the standpoint of offensive consistency amongst the entire group of players. You know, you got, 4 kids in double figures tonight for Richmond? Okay.
Yep.
Last night you had 35 from Christian Harvey, and the rest of the team had 18. So that's a positive. All right, so you got more kids involved. But I'll go back to the end of the floor that basketball games are won. And tonight, the Red Devils didn't play on that end of the floor, and that's the defensive end. Way too many baskets for Park Tudor off a very simple pick and roll. Way too many baskets in transition. And I don't want to keep harping on the excuse of being a young basketball team, but at the end of the day, they're young. They don't have a lot of kids who have played a lot basketball at this level, and I just hope that Coach Wedlow and his staff don't get discouraged and continue to bring the enthusiasm and the motivation of the kids, and the kids themselves understand, this is, as we said earlier, this is about a marathon. This isn't a sprint. Come March, if they walk away with a sectional title, who's going to remember that they lost to Park Tudor in the Bob Wettig tournament?
Nobody.
And I think they just need to understand exactly what kind of basketball team they are now and what they're going to do to improve from where they are now to Newcastle, to McCutcheon, to Muncie, and Kokomo, and on down the line, so that come sectional basketball time, which, as you know, in the state of Indiana, maybe everybody gears up for that. And if you've got all your ducks in a row and your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed and your basketball team is ready to go play and compete, that's where you want them. Because at the end of the year, regular season, everybody in the state of Indiana starts at 0-0. And I just hope that the young kids from Richmond understand that it's not about where I'm at halfway through the season at 4-8, but rather where I'm going to be come March.
All right, Kyle, thank you much.
Thank you, Troy. Absolutely, you too.
Happy New Year, too,
Same
by the
to
way.
you.
All right, again, your final score, Richmond losing at 65-50. I have one more to go. The championship game, Indianapolis-Tinley against South Bend Adams, and the Red Devils again, January the 6th, right here against Newcastle. We'll have it for you on Radio Troy Digital Sports. Final score, Park Tudor 65, Richmond 50. Thanks for being with us. This has been Richmond Basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.